Hello everyone, good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in with us at the Bread Report and Pokemon Truth Media. Apologies for the lack of episodes this week. I wasn't feeling too well yesterday, so we'll be reporting on some of the happenings in the Pokemon community from the past 2 days as well as today. So let's get right into it. So first, in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, we have the return of the Great Tusk and Iron Tread's Tera raids. Hopefully no glitches or bugs this time. Fingers crossed for all of that. Those will be continuing until June 18th, according to Cerebi. We also have last week's Chesnaught, which is a rock-type Tera, I believe, and that's running until June 18th as well. So fingers crossed they're trying it again. Hopefully there won't be any glitches or bugs like that. I know the last couple times they've tried Tera raids with these Great Tusk, Iron Treads, and Chesnaught ones, there were a ton of glitches and bugs that even prevented some people from catching it and whatnot, just even loading. I've seen some things. Alright, next up, we have some developments in Pokemon Home, so very nice transition there, going from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet back to Pokemon Home. Let me fix my Wolfie on my jersey here, so there we go. So in Pokemon Home, there was a bug about the size of Pokemon from Pokemon Go, transferring it into later on games, such as Scarlet and Violet. And now this glitch has been fixed thanks to a patch. So now if you get a super extra small, so XXS Pokemon for Pokemon Go, without transferring into Scarlet and Violet from Pokemon Shield, it should retain this very mini size in Scarlet and Violet if you don't transfer into Sword and Shield again. They also added some updates here and there, and you also get the tiny mark, so that is another recognition that Pokemon is very itty-bitty. Right, next up we go to Pokemon Unite. As reported on Monday, the latest season closed, and it's been the start of a new season ever since. This week is like the first week of that new season that just dropped. There's still some issues with that prize thing where you're throwing like a coin or something and then you pick a prize. There's some issues with that still going on. However, they did release a new patch update, and unfortunately, this is really interesting, we did not get any balancing per se for Zacian, and the other ones deemed a little too overpowered in the game throughout the community. What we did, however, get were buffs for Azumarill, so if anyone out there curious about using Azumarill now in matches in Unite, please go in to try it out. The buffs, according to a bunch of people who have used it, tried it out, they're pretty interesting, they're worth your while. In the Pokemon TCG department, we have this interesting story that developed about 2 days ago. So there is this Whatnot seller. I'm going to not mention the seller's name just in case there's harassment, which we do not condone here, or if they change the name altogether and all that's targeting a wrong person or whatnot. But on Whatnot, there was this one stream, it was kind of one of those break streams, so you got a booster pack or booster box break, and it was Evolving Skies. Now this set is notorious for all of its evolving cries, you know, all the pull rates are bad, all this interesting stuff, and packs are $10 a piece now currently. But on this stream, the person who they're doing a break for or booster pack opening for, and then you claim the cards or you get them shipped to you, well, on stream they opened a Moonbreon from a pack, and inexplicably they switched it out. It appears that they have allegedly switched it out. You could see the pack they just opened in the video go off screen, and you could see the faint glow of the background of the Moonbreon card because it has a very distinct kind of starry night pattern and texture on it with its color scheme. And next thing you know, he goes back into the pack that he just opened, and it's just a Leafeon this time. It's not a Moonbreon, which was clearly seen half of the card in the background of it earlier in the stream. No, now it's a Leafeon, so the community was kind of rifled of this. Luckily, there was justice at play, and the person got a 1-week ban. However, people are calling for more strict guidelines and just rallying awareness towards these weird, inconsistent events and unfair happenings in the community, which is good. This will make it strong if we rally together and take notice when things like this go wrong. Alright, also in the TCG, we were talking about the prices of the Paldea Evolved Chase Cards, such as the Magikarp, the Tyranitar, and the other illustration rares. There has been some movement over the past few days in their prices, so let's go over them now. These will all be the market prices on TCG Player as of recording this video Friday morning, early Friday morning, late Thursday evening. So, let's see. I know that more people have pulled the Magikarp on Reddit. They had ended the strike on some of the TCG channels. Hopefully the strike was successful against the mishandling of the third-party apps. Hopefully the strike was successful. But some of the TCG subreddits did end their private community, so that means everything's open now on certain subs. And a lot of people apparently pulled the Magikarp, so they're able to get that illustration rare. So first, speaking of which, the Magikarp has jumped to about an $80 price on the TCG Player site. The other chase cards, such as the Meowscarada, we see a drop from like $20 to $19.75, 73 cents, somewhere around there. So that looks like it's going to stabilize around $19. Maybe if we're lucky, we're going to get it down to 15, but right now it's dropping. It's just dropped $1, it looks like. Alright, Marill. So this Marill card used to be about $4.50. The Marill illustration rare right now is $5.13. So $5 for an illustration rare. That sounds about stabilized. So that's probably going to stay there. Who knows? Because all of this is still kind of in the first week of it happening. We're still in week 1/week 2. So everything here, it's probably just going to keep dropping. Or we might see something with the Magikarp. It looks like it's increasing. Hopefully that will also stabilize so more people could collect that Magikarp card. A lot of people are fans of Magikarp and the artwork as well. So hopefully it'll be a worth wait if you just like collecting for the artwork. And any of this manipulation, alleged manipulation, will cease because all that investor stuff really doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really add to the community's motto of catching and collecting your favorite Pokemon. I don't think it ever said invest in there. But other than that, let's see what else has been moving around. The Raichu illustration rare, that one that we pulled out of that ETB that we traded a Meowscarada in, that is now a $30 card. So maybe I might trade that in. I do not know. I might trade it in for, maybe I'll crack open a booster box or something like that. I don't know for sure. I'm holding on to it though. The Tyranitar illustration rare, last time we saw it was around $50 on this channel. Now it's at a market price according to TCG Player of $34.35 USD, so kind of dropped there. A lot of people were pulling it also. I saw about 2 posts, I think, that had it on Reddit, so congratulations to the people who have pulled it. Let's see the Iono card. The Iono card had a drop about $10, so Iono, the illustration rare, the chase card of the set, the one that had the waifu tax, that was also expensive in Japan. Now it's only $134 instead of the $144 that we saw earlier on Monday, and also far from the $160 that we saw over the past weekend. So that Iono looks like it's going to stabilize around $120. Let's just call it now $120. That could also change too, because again, the stabilization, the alleged manipulation. But there's your updates on Paldea Evolved. We do have 151 in Japan coming out soon. There are a lot of people opening packs and getting them from proxy shipping companies and stuff to ship them overseas to the US where I'm at. And we're seeing God packs. So these God packs have of course, the illustration rares, the special illustration rares, and there's a lot of interesting cards from Kanto that will be in this set. Most notably, the Mew, I think it's a Mew EX, there's a secret illustration rare of it, where the angle of you viewing the card will actually determine where the sun is on the card. So it's very interesting to see that artwork there being implemented. Alright, so that's about it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please do something nice for someone. Please take care of yourself and others, and have a good evening. Good night, and see you all soon. Thank you again. Ow! There's the wolf.